Let's simplify this expression. First, we're going to look for any grouping. There are symbols. There are no grouping symbols. I'm looking for negative exponents. There are none. So we're just going to simplify the rest of it. 5 over 3 is simplified. X divided by x squared is x and y to the third. Number 2, here we have two brackets. Everything inside this bracket is raised to the negative 2 power. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply each exponent by negative 2. And now I'm going to take each number or letter, and I'm going to look at the exponent and make any negative exponent positive. So 5 to the negative 2 becomes 5 squared. X to the 6 stays. Y to the negative 4 moves. Here I'm working in the denominator. 2 to the negative 2 is 2. And x to the 8th can stay. And y to the 10th moves to the numerator. So now I'm going to simplify my numerator, simplify my denominator. Now I'm going to divide those. This is going to give me 4 over 25, x squared in the denominator, and y 6 in the numerator. So here we have a negative 2 to the 4th power. We're going to get rid of the parens first, raise everything to the negative 4th power. Negative 2 to the negative 4th power times x to the negative 4th. So we've got rid of the groupings. The next step is to remove any negative exponents. So negative 2 to the 4th, x to the 4th. Negative 2 to the 4th is negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 is 16. 16 x to the 4th. Number 4, I'm looking for any groupings, any parentheses, the powers to raise. I have none. So now I'm going to make all the exponents positive. So 2 to the negative 2 becomes 2 to the 2, f to the 2, g to the 3. Here 2 to the negative 3 moves to the numerator, becomes positive, and then the f and the g remain in the denominator. Now this gives me 8 over 4 f to the 3rd, g to the 5th. So this is 2 over f to the 3rd, g to the 5th. So here we have 21r s to the negative 3 divided by negative 7s. There's no parentheses or powers to raise, but there is a negative. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite that. I'm going to move the s to the 3rd to the bottom. Now 21 over negative 7 is a positive 3, r over s to the 4. Alright, so we're going to raise the numerator to the negative power, negative 2 power, which is going to give me y to the negative 8 over negative y to the 3rd. Alright, so I've gotten rid of any parens, so now I'm going to get rid of a negative exponent. Y to the 8th times negative y to the 3rd, which equals 1 over negative y to the 11th. First step, we're going to raise everything to the 2nd power. and get rid of the parentheses, so we have a negative 5 squared, x to the 6, y to the negative 4, 4 squared, x to the negative 6, y to the negative 8. So this is 25, and I'm going to get rid of my negative exponents. (16 times 25 is 400. The x to the 6 go out, so it's 400 over y to the 12. Okay, we're going to get rid of any parentheses. We have 3d to the 6 negative 4 to the negative 3 times c to the negative 3. Rewrite with no negative exponents. That's going to give me 3d to the 6 negative 64 c to the third. So we're going to raise everything to the third power on this side, up here in the numerator. Okay. And now we're going to move negative exponents. I'm just going to rewrite that as negative 8. We have 2, and the x to the 5th going up here. Y to the 5th stays. Negative 5 cubed is 125. Y cubed. So on top, I'm going to get a negative 5 times negative 8 is going to give me 40. So let me go ahead and do this. Get rid of that and get rid of that. And then on the bottom I have 250. And then I have 1x and 9x is 10x. Oh, and x to the 5th, 10x is 15x. So here's an x, here's an x, and here's an x. And then I have a y on top, and then I have 8 on the bottom, 3 on top, so that leaves me 5 on the bottom. Okay, we're going to rewrite this and raise the second one to the power. 3 x to the negative 4 y squared times 8 squared x4 y to the negative 10. And that's going to equal 3 times 64 is going to give me 192. And then the y's are going to cancel. And that's going to give me y to the negative 8. I know I said it's getting rid of the negative exponents, but in this case I could do it. So we're going to move that. Number 11, same procedure. We're going to have negative 6 to the negative 3, c to the negative 3. Negative 2, d to the 6, negative 6 to the third, negative 3, we're going to go ahead and move that down. That's going to be a negative 216, c to the third. And then negative 2 divided by negative 216 is going to leave me a 1 over 108 with a d to the 6 in the top and a c3 on the bottom. And I probably didn't need that 1. So there's my answer here. And the last one I'm going to do is 12. It's going to be negative 3 to the negative 3 times x to the negative 3. So remove my parentheses. Now I'm going to get rid of my exponents. So it's going to be a negative 3 to the third, x to the third, which is going to be 1 over negative 27, x to the third.